Jai Hind, Jai Bharat to all my dear children, those who are present in my class today. And I hope all of you are present today. Just I'll be checking your attendance after 5 minutes. And I'm very strict with your attendance. I'll be marking absent those who are not present in my class in the first 10 minutes. Right? So, to start the class with a good note, I just want to say that last class I had asked you that to be ready with your B notebooks and your pen, and I hope that you are all ready with it because today I am going to take up your grammar class. Now, children, I think you are not wasting much of your time. You are compiling your course as your teachers are teaching. English, you please take it seriously and at least you allot 1 hour every day for your English class. Or just as you finish your English class, my lectures, as I finish it, you please revise to whatever I have taught. I think that is the best way I can help you to help me out to help you to get marks, to score marks. Right? So, children, mastering grammar is very important as it teaches you the language properly. Now, this is, you know it, that you learn grammar. The grammar is the structure, is the base of every language. As for your Hindi, which is your first language, there also you thoroughly learn the grammar, isn't it? So that it would helps you to get well versed in that language. For English also, you just go thorough with the grammar section, which helps you to be excellent in the language. In your future days, when you will be going for other foreign languages, when you'll be going to learn the other foreign languages like French, like Spanish, like Japanese, Chinese. Okay, maybe you'll be going for it. So when you will be going to learn this foreign languages, also you have to learn the grammar because the grammar is just the base. It is the structure of every language. So today I'll be taking up your grammar, and for grammar classes, I ask students to be very attentive and very interactive also. Whenever I'll ask something, you should respond me through your conversation through your chats in the conversation box, right? Because if you sit dumb, then you're not understanding grammar. You have to be very prompt in responding my questions. Then only I will feel that you are understanding. You have to be very interactive in your grammar classes. So, children, be attentive in my class today. I'll be teaching you a very easy and a very, very interesting topic in English, and that is rearranging of the jumble words to form meaningful sentences. Now, this topic, children, tests how very well versed you are in structuring a sentence. You remember sentence structure? I always teach you when I teach you active passive, when I teach you tenses, the sentence structure. Yes. So this rearrange of the words, jumble words or phrases, it tests your skills of structuring a sentence. And for this, you have to be very clear with all the concepts of verb forms, tenses, prepositions, clauses, and everything. Right? And now, you all, I know you all are well versed today because you have been learning these topics from your class 4th, isn't it? So, don't get tensed. Be in a very interactive mood to start. I'll be starting the class. Be present in a very positive and interactive mood in the class. And when you know everything I say. When I'm your English teacher and I'm saying that you know verb forms, you know tense, because all everything you have done, then this rearrange of the jumble words becomes a child's play to solve the exercises. You will be provided with sets of words and phrases, right? And these words and phrases would be in jumbled order. You have to arrange them in proper, correct order. Rather, I would say you have to arrange it in a syntactical order with a complete sense. This is jumble word. That's it. Nothing more than that. Clear? So I'll be starting. I'll be sharing a PPT with you all, and I've explained it very clearly in my PPT. So nothing to get worried. So when I start rearrange of the jumble words or phrases, first I should tell you what is a sentence, children. That's very simple way. Try to if you respond in the chats, please respond me. What is a sentence, children? In a very simple language, what you will tell? Sentence are the group of words arranged in a proper word order, giving a complete sense or meaning, isn't it? That is sentence. Yes, right, correct. I'll be checking the chats very soon. Now, are you all focusing yourself in the PPT? If you are having a mobile phone as your studying tool, please adjust your screen to landscape mode, or you maximize your screen, children. That would help you to go through the words or lines of the PPT. Right? Now, in order of a sentence to be grammatically correct, the subject and the verb both should match each other. Both should compile each other. If it is be singular or it is plural, right? In other words, if the subject and verb, the subject is singular, the verb should also be in singular. If the subject is in plural, the verb should be in plural. Where did you learn this? In subject verb agreement. Yes, and the tense of the subject and the verb should also match each other. Right, children? Rearrange the sentence means to arrange a sentence from the jumble words given in a sentence. It can be jumble words, it can be jumble phrases also at time. Nothing to worry. To arrange a sentence, that first you will have to read the given jumble words and you will have to assume the full sentence meaning. So when there is a sentence, or there will be one or three or four sentences, you just give a complete reading, serious reading of those jumble word sentences, where you can just skim out a meaning. All right, you have to understand the meaning. So now, how do you rearrange the words? Right? There are four. The steps I have written here, the three steps. For statements, you know what are the type of sentences, type of statement? That one is statement, sentence. One type is statement, one type is question, one type is order, request, suggestion. You know it, isn't it? So I'm not going so deep into it. So for the statements, what would be the structure of the sentence? Subject plus functioning verb plus preposition at times and object. The statements are called affirmative or negative. The statements can be of two types, affirmative and negative. I'm not again going deep into the types of sentences, because I'm just discussing the structure very apparently. Huh? Uh, I'm not going deep into it. Now, for questions, that is the interrogative sentences where you have yes or no answer. Okay? The verb plus subject plus preposition or object. Preposition and object. Right? Now, for orders, request, and suggestions, what will be the structure? Verb plus preposition object. Am I clear? Now, children, what is the objective of learning this rearrange of jumble words or phrases? You would say, ma'am, we are doing it from since our last so many classes. Why do we repeat it again and again? Yes, children, this is very important because here you learn to write, you learn to frame a sentence in a correct order. Okay, you enable this rearrange of words. It enables students to learn to arrange the words in a proper syntactic order with the proper meaning and sense. Now, the sentence rearrangement is one of those sections, children, that are difficult and time consuming. Yes, okay, I won't use the word difficult, then many of you might get nervous, isn't it? It's not difficult if you uh, get to know the strategies, the tips, the tricks to solve that jumble words and sentences. The things are not at all difficult for you people. Okay, but this is true that these questions are time consuming. All right, time consuming questions which are asked not only in your school level examinations. These questions are not only limited to the school level examination, children. Whenever you go for your banking exams or for the other competitive exams, surely you are going to have these questions. Surely you are going to have these questions. So it is well better to learn these questions in the school itself, isn't it? And when I am there to teach you. Now, what are the tips and tricks and shortcuts to solve the jumbled sentences? All right, I said that it is difficult. Then what I said, I took back my word difficult, and I said that yes, children, I'll be teaching you the tips and tricks and shortcuts which would help you to solve the jumbled up sentences very easily. Right? So first point, reading the sentence. First, what I say that first you have to give a reading of all the sentences. If there is one sentence, give a reading, quick reading of all the sentences of or of the sentence. The first trial is to read the sentence properly and understand what the sentence wants to say. That is what I say. You just skim out the meaning of the haphazardly placed words, sentences. All right. You just try to grasp the meaning, what those jumbled word sentences actually mean. You will just, if you give a reading uh, or a one reading or twice read, two times if you go, you would surely would understand what is the meaning of the sentences, right? So constituting a link, okay, it is treated to be the most critical step as a base of solving the questions depend on the step. Which step? Reading. All right, this is very important, children. Now, constituting a link between the given sentences. Suppose we are given four sentences A, B, C, D. First of all, We will read all of them and then try to establish a link between the common ones. Suppose if we find that the sentence B and the sentence D are linked with each other in some conventional way, we'll just try to find out the meaning. Half hour of our work already finishes here as we now are left with only option A and C. Now we all have to do the and arrange them in a coherent manner. So, children, what I was saying, half of our work already finishes when we go through the sentences, trying to sense out a meaning and trying to arrange them in a coherent order. Okay, like now we are left with only options A and C. Now all we have to do is to arrange them coherently. Okay. Should I repeat this? Suppose if we find the sentence B and sentence D are linked with each other in some conventional way, then we would understand we are left with A and C. So A and C would be matched according to the words which we would be arranging later, and we would bring out a coherent relation between these two sentences. Right. Now, reading the sentence, the first trial to read the sentence properly, understand what the sentence want to say. So, these are the important things which you have to remember. You have to, what is the first point? You have to read the sentences. That is the first trial to read the sentence properly and understand what the sentences wants to say. Right? Now, read the sentences again. I'm repeating this again and again. What I'm repeating? Read the sentences properly. If there is one sentence, read it properly to make out the sense. If there are a set of sentences, then also go through the sentences trying to search a coherent relationship between the sentences. Like if B and D matches, then it will be left with A and C. So we'll be matching it in such a way. So read the sentences once or twice to identify the subject. What is the next step? So we will be, what we'll be doing? We will be searching the subject. First is reading. Second is searching the subject. The next task is to identify the first sentence. There are two approaches. Either directly the sentence can be scanned to identify the first sentence, or through elimination of choices in the question for the first sentence. In the latter method, two or three choices can be easily eliminated, leaving at most two options which will be left behind when we apply the following tips. Now, first in a sentence, what do? We search the subject, and then what is our next approach? Our next approach is to identify the verb and the object. Okay. So in the later method, two or three choices. When you are able to recognize this, then it would take no time for you to arrange the whole sentence. Right. So next, now for any good paragraph, now if you are given a paragraph, to arrange a paragraph, a set of 4 to 5 sentences. It is in a paragraph and you have asked to arrange the sentences in proper order in the paragraph. Any good paragraph will generally start with an introduction to the subject. So while you are going through the paragraph or sets of statements or sentences, you should understand that you should try to find out what is the introduction. First, in a paragraph, there would be the introduction. So, it could be a general statement on the issue, idea, subject, and the paragraph which the paragraph covers. Now, a statement on the present status of the statement say about the economic, social, or political conditions. These are the general things it would be mentioned, but not necessarily it will only cover the economic, social, and political condition. It could be a specific historical event when the subject is an historical one, or the narration in the paragraph starts with a point of time. This remember, whenever there is an historical paragraph, if the sentences are related to an historical paragraph, the starting of the paragraph, obviously it would start with a time, with a point of time. Once upon a time, okay, there was a king in 16th century. Remember? So the mention of the event or the time in the past will be the starting of the sentences. So these things you have to continuously manipulate to frame your sentence in a correct order. If at times there are famous quotations. So quotations, if there is a quotation, it will be very easy for us to rearrange the words. Sometimes a dramatic statement could be the starting point. What after the introductory sentence, the next logical step would be to expand the definition of the issue. Now, after we have understood what is the paragraph or the sets of sentence, what message they are giving, what story those sentences are having. When you understand that, then you go to the detecting the subject, that is the starting of the sentences. When you have understood the starting, you have done it accordingly. Now you will be going to expand the sentence. Then one or two ideas elaborating or adding more information on the idea issue are normally presented, right? Then a contradictory idea is introduced. At times, the paragraph goes on, but there is a contradiction. All right. The typical beginning words are similarly, likewise, and in same vein, etc., which connect the present sentence with the previous one by the way of support or additional information. And contradictory words like however, on the other hand, despite, but, these are the words when there are contradictory statements. You understand while reading that the statements are contradictory, you go and search for the words where it is however, but, despite, and these words would precede the sentence you will be beginning with these words. All right. So while these connecting words while these connecting words help us to identify the link, some keywords normally links the middle sentence. These keywords could even start from the first sentence. The same word need not link all sentences. All right. Now approach to the solution. Read all the children. Now, children, you have understood what I wanted to say. Now, again, I'm starting with the same statement, which is very important. Read all the sentences once or twice, before looking at the questions to get the key idea of the para. This will help you to identify the first sentence or the first set of words of the paragraph. Identifying the first sentence will help you to logically arrange the last part of the ending part of the sentence. If you are able to search the first set of words of a sentence, then normally it would be easy for you to frame the ending sets of words. Now, if it is sets of sentence which you have to rearrange, there also, if you are identifying the first sentence, then your half work is done. It will be easier for you to logically arrange the other sentences. Now, elimination of sentences by looking at the starting words or phrases will help us in recognizing whether a sentence could be the first sentence or not. This approach is used even in elimination of choices given for the first sentence. Normally, the first sentence will not start with a transitional phrase or words, which would be a conjunction, pronoun, adverbial, etc. The middle sentence would be logically arranged by identifying some words generally appearing in the middle of a sentence, which links two sentences or which links the two parts of a sentence. Okay, I'm teaching you both the type of rearrange. One is rearrange of words and one is rearrange of jumbled up sentences to form a, yes, both the things simultaneously I'm teaching you. Middle sentences could be logically arranged by identifying some key words generally appearing in the middle of a sentence, which links to parts of the sentences or two sentences. This link will be given in the form of providing additional information on the concept represented by the key word or exception of the concept. Understood? Now, what you will do now? Lots of explanations and more explanations, more you get confused. The main thing what you have to know is that you have to, when you get the question, if there is a set of sentences, that is, if there are 4 to 5 sentences, what you have to do, without wasting time, you will be giving a first reading, then the second time, then the third time, until you are getting the meaning of the sentences. Once you get the meaning, then you are able to arrange coherently the sentences, isn't it? Now I told you, if it is a statement, it would start with what. If it is a order, it would start with which words. If it is a request, with please. And if it is a historical, the paragraph is relating to some historical event, then it would start with time. Or for instance, like once upon a time in 16th century, in such way it will start. Then the next thing which we will do, we will search the subject of the sentences, subject and verb. When we get the subject and verb, then easily we can get the object. Okay? And while doing appearing while solving the exercises, you can put very small mark in your questions, which would help you to arrange, but you're not allowed to do it in your examination centers. All right. Now let us understand. Now when we have understood what we are going to do, our next stop is to judge how much we have understood, and this we can judge by solving the exercises, right? Now, here are the questions. Love slash of others, good manners, and win the respect. Then B, when best, when slash best slash they can slash one is slash be learned slash young. Third sentence, save us slash turns away slash soft answer slash anger and slash a pitfall slash from many. Then the fourth sentence, who is slash stranger slash respectful slash a person slash even slash like. Fifth one, sure slash in life slash they slash passport slash are a slash for success. So quickly take out your notebooks, take out your pens, and just note these questions and just start following the methods which I have taught you. Go through the sentences once, twice, thrice. Try to skim out the meaning. And after that, what you do is you just try to find out the subject, right? After the subject, the verb, and then you easily get your object. Right, children? So, carry on. I'll give you 10 minutes time. Everybody should start doing their notebook work. And how will you do your notebook work? Your index should be updated. You should have a proper margin, having the heading jumbled sentence words to form meaningful sentences. This was in your June course, which I'm compiling in the first week of July, right? And name the assignment as classwork assignment. Are you doing, children? Do it fast. Now, children, have you solved? Have you solved, children? Yes? Are you ready with your answers? Now you will be giving marks to your answers today, right? You will be getting marks out of 5. Let me see. How many of you are getting 5 out of 5? So the first answer is good manners win the love and respect of others. The next, they can be learned best when one is young. See, all these sentences are related to each other. That is what I told you. I made you understand that when you get rearranged the words in meaningful sentences, please go through the sentences. There is a relation, there is a coherent relation between all the sentences. And when you come to know the meaning, it becomes half work done. And you try to get the subject out or the type of sentence and you solve it. It is so very easy, children. They can be learnt best when one is young. The next is a soft answer turns away anger and saves us from many a pitfall. Next, even strangers like a person who is respectful. They are a sure passport for success in life. That's it. That's it, children. So, how many of you have got scored 5 out of 5? Yes? How many of you have scored 5 out of 5? Now, children, yes, you start giving your names in the chat box. Start giving. Now, children, hopefully you have understood the rearrange of the words. Now, this topic I tried to make you understand, to explain you at all the very possible way which I could. So, I think now you have understood it, and I'll be giving you a homework assignment. The assignment I'll be giving you, the answers I'll be sharing with you in my next class in a form of PDF. I'll be sharing it in your link. So I think you have understood, and you will be practicing it because you have 4 marks, and definitely you can score the whole 4 marks. Now if you are having a sentence, the half part of the sentence is correct. It is giving a meaning and it is in proper order, and the rest part it is not. We are not giving you marks. No. In boards, also, there is no such rule that we have to give marks if half part of the sentence is correct. So don't take it in that way. You have to write a complete sentence. Now, what board does, that is, it's a board strategy while correction of the paper. Don't go by all those directions. You have to learn to write a complete sentence. If the complete sentence is correct, then only you will be awarded the full marks. In your school, we will not entertain you by giving you marks for half of the correct sentence, right? So after all, we are all always we talk of scoring marks and learning things, isn't it? So till then, I'll meet you in my next class. Till then, be safe, keep on studying, don't trouble anybody, don't move out frequently out of your house. Always be safe, keep a distance, sanitize yourself. Goodbye. Jai Hind.